You want to avoid having to twist and shout about your investments? Stick around, and I'll tell you how. This episode of the History Lessons podcast is sponsored by Victory Independent Planning. Hey, are you ready to take the stress out of your retirement? At Victory Independent Planning, we put you on the right trajectory with our exclusive VIP Retirement Glidepath. Our smart approach prepares you for what's next by optimizing your sources of savings and income, your medical and healthcare planning, your advanced estate and giving strategies, risk management and investing, and tax planning. Let us help you glide into retirement with confidence. Text Glidepath to 239-567-5477. That's Glidepath, all one word, small letter G, to 239-567-5477, and receive a link to schedule a complimentary consultation. Do it today to start your journey on the VIP Retirement Glidepath, because your future deserves a safe landing. On January 30th, 1969, the Beatles performed their rooftop concert, which turned out to be their final public performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
The Beatles were formed in Liverpool in 1960 and began as what's known as a skiffle band, homemade instruments, featuring John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and later Ringo Starr. Their early performances in clubs like the Cavern and their formative years in Hamburg forced their dynamic sound to become forged. By the early 1960s, with manager Brian Epstein's guidance and producer George Martin's expertise, they'd evolved into global superstars. Hits like I Want to Hold Your Hand and albums such as A Hard Day's Night and Rubber Soul showcased their innovative songwriting and growing sophistication. The Beatles revolutionized music with Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, widely considered one of the greatest albums of all time. But despite their success, the cracks began to appear within the band. Epstein's death in 1967 left a significant leadership void, and personal tensions grew during the recording of the White Album in 1968. In January 1969, seeking to return to their roots, they filmed the Let It Be documentary, culminating in their iconic rooftop concert. That show epitomized their unparalleled chemistry and hinted at their enduring legacy, even as internal discord loomed.
The Beatles, are going to go on till they die, I mean, we can't get away from being the Beatles.
By 1970, amidst creative differences, financial disputes, and personal struggles, the Beatles disbanded, leaving behind a groundbreaking body of work that forever transformed popular music and culture. Here's a set of 11 Beatles songs and their lessons for the modern investor. First up,
Can't Buy Me Love.
Money can't buy happiness. We all know this, but the lesson is that financial success is critical. But true wealth includes relationships, well-being, and personal fulfillment. So diversify your investments not just in assets, but in life. Focus on financial goals, personal growth, and happiness. Next up,
Here Comes the Sun.
Stay optimistic during market downturns. The lesson here, markets like the seasons have cycles. That doesn't mean it's time for a breakup. So don't hit the alarm button during every downturn. Maintain a long-term perspective and avoid panic selling during market slumps. Folks, the sun will rise again, and you'll want to be ready for it. Third,
Let It Be.
patience is the key. The lesson, sometimes the best action is actually no action. So avoid overreacting to market noise. Trust your investment strategy and follow it. Yeah, tactical changes may be in order, but they shouldn't be knee-jerk reactions. Number 4,
With a little help from my friends.
seek guidance. The lesson, Collaboration and advice can improve your financial decisions. So consult financial advisors for different perspectives on investment strategies. Personally, I like to share information that I get in my research process, and I'm always happy to share. Fifth,
The long and winding road.
folks, investing is a journey. The lesson here is that wealth building is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So plan accordingly and stay consistent. Weather the challenges and focus on your long-term financial goals despite the short-term obstacles. Number 6,
Penny Lane.
pay attention to the small details. Lesson here is that small, consistent investments can lead to significant growth over time. So practice disciplined savings and leverage the power of compounding. That way, even pennies can grow into dollars. Number 7,
Yesterday.
by all means, learn from the past. The lesson is to let history be your guide. Historical market trends can teach valuable lessons about the future. Study past market behaviors to understand cycles, risks, and opportunities just a little bit better. Remember, those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. 8,
Come together.
build a balanced portfolio. The lesson is that a well-rounded investment strategy combines different outlooks on various assets. At Victory, I use several different consultants to give me information on stocks, bonds, options, and alternative investments. That way, I get a variety of opinions and can make my decisions without being in an echo chamber. Number 9,
Number 9. Number 9. Number 9.
All you need is love.
align your money with your values. The lesson, invest with an eye toward your legacy. Think about those you love and where you want them to be after you're gone. Might just change how you invest right now. Number 10,
We can work it out.
adapt to change. The lesson is to be flexible and adjust your financial tactics as your goals or the market changes. Yeah, you need a plan, and that plan should guide your actions. But flexibility is the key to managing risk, especially when the entire nature of conservative investing changed after 2008, when interest rates went to zero. Well, guess what? That too has changed. So flexibility is required, and it is the key to staying on key with your investments. 11th and finally,
8 days a week.
because consistency matters. And the lesson here is you have to put the work in. For better or worse, investing and financial planning are constants to stay ahead of a fast-moving world. Frequent updates are necessary, as is consistent learning and development. Well, there you go. I know this list goes to 11.
Please go to 11.
And I know that that is a quote from a very different sort of band. But hey, the numbers are the numbers.
Help me get my feet back on the ground.